Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good. They're usually on the radar. Not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do your research time for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have another update for you, and this is the brand Antonio Puig, and this is Quorum Aqua. So Antonio Puig is a Spanish design house, and they've been around for a very long time. I think more than 60 years. But they came to attention of the fragrance community, or people who like fragrances, in early 80s with famous Quorum por Homme, and that was instant hit, and by now is very famous. Everybody knows it. At least somebody smelled it, heard of it, tried it, wore it. It's been around for more than 40 years. So and it's basically it's a classic, and is still as far as I know selling very well. Unfortunately, the reformulation almost destroyed it. The Quorum original right now, if you buy it, it's okay, it's not bad, but it's not as strong and as deep and as complex as it used to be. With this flanker, which is Quorum Aqua, is the same story. Unfortunately, the reformulation almost destroyed it. So when it came out in 1994, it was an instant hit. Reason is because, again, three famous perfumers worked on this. So Alberto Morillas, which doesn't need introduction, Harry Formont, which doesn't need introduction. These two are A-listers, and also Rosendo Mathieu. He's quite well known in the fragrance community. So three famous perfumers worked on it, and you can tell that the structure, the foundation, the blend, everything is professionally done. The only problem with it is it's been reformulated and it's been watered down almost to death, and that is a shame, because smell wise it smells great, especially for a price under £20. This is a bargain. And 100 ml Eau de Toilette, and look at it, the presentation to match, very retro, very classic, very old-fashioned bottling and everything else, but I like it because it reminds me of my youth, when I went through at least, I don't know, many bottles of Quorum, the original. Unfortunately, this one, because of the reformulation, because it's been watered down, is very weak. On my skin went up to 4 hours. On t-shirt, if you go heavy on the trigger, it might go up to 5 to 6 hours. So let's say 4 to 6 hours, 4 hours on skin, 6 hours on t-shirt, and that is with heavy trigger. I went around 12 sprays of it, and that's what I got. So unfortunately, this is another fragrance ruined by the reformulation police. So performance wise, not bad, but it's not good either, so it's weak to moderate. For Eau de Toilette, for under £20, and for a fresh fragrance, it's okay, it's not bad, but it's not great, or it's not good either. So in that term, it was a little bit disappointing. In terms of projection, same story, because it's been watered down. When you put it on the skin and t-shirt, I put like 5-6 on t-shirt, 5-6 on the skin, and it doesn't jump off that too much. It used to be, people was telling me, used to be a beast mode, it used to be so loud, but now it's just very subdued. I got about maybe an hour of half an arm length of projection, and after that it will die down very quickly, and it becomes almost a skin scent. So for that, again, it's weak to moderate in terms of projection. In terms of the who is it for, this is definitely on the mature side. I would say 25 and up to in the safe side, because although they try to modernize it to some extent, but it's still got The majority of the smell you get in here is on the classic, on the old school perfumery, and on the 70s and 80s way of perfumery in here. So it smells quite on the mature side. And in terms of occasion, although because it doesn't perform that well, I would say casual. If it was performing well, because the smell is so nice, I would have said you can use it, you know, any other occasion. But because it's weak, I would say casual, daytime, gym, work, confined places, small confined spaces, and things like that, because it doesn't perform that well. In terms of season, this is better suited for warmer weather. Even in warmer weather, didn't, you know, perform that well. So in winter, you won't have any chance. In terms of the sex, although it is quite masculine, if you're a lady and you like this kind of fragrances, you can easily wear it. So let's go to the note breakdown, and I'll tell you what I get from it. So on note breakdown, we have lavender, freesia. In the mid we have grapefruit and geranium, and the base we have oak moss, amber, and leather. Yes, I get all of these things. I get more stuff. It's a big when it opens up, it's a big on the citrus. So it's a very citrusy, especially the grapefruit, yes, but I can smell something like lemon and bergamot together as well. Maybe a hint of lime as well in here. So it makes it very citrusy. So it's a super citrus. I wish it performed well, because in terms of smell, I absolutely love it. But in terms of performance, it's not that good. Anyway, so opens up with massive citrus, very bright, very happy, very captivating, very alluring. But immediately you are faced with aromatics, which is mainly in here is lavender. But apart from lavender, I smell other herbal notes, which is quite big on the herbal. I smell maybe rosemary, maybe I smell some other herbs, maybe even juniper berry in here as well. So it's very aromatic and herbal. The geranium here given a little bit of that soft floral, but not too much. And oak moss, unfortunately, has been oak moss. I didn't get that much. I think that is the biggest letdown of this fragrance. It used to be it used to have a big oak moss, but that gone. So you don't smell that much or any, if you can smell any. Instead of oak moss, I smell something piney in here. Also, there's a watery aspect which is not mentioned in note breakdown, and that is this. The name aqua is quite correct because it's quite watery. It's not oceanic or salty, but it's very fresh water smell to it, which is, to me, it smells like something combination of tea notes plus bamboo, maybe even some water lily in here to give it that watery feel overall. So smell wise, very nice. I absolutely adore it, love it. But performance, disappointing. Reformulation basically ruined it again. For a price, you cannot go wrong if you don't mind weak fragrance. For me, it's a disappointing because I was expecting at least 6 hours plus, but I didn't get that. I get up to 4 hours. If you put heavy triggers and plus t-shirt, maybe goes up to 5 to 6 hours. So for that, it's a little bit on the disappointing side for me. But in terms of smell, absolutely yes. I wish I bought it earlier, because as I said, I went through the Quorum original 5-6, at least 5-6, maybe even more bottles of it, because I absolutely love it. I still have about 3 to 4 Quorum original, I mean not original, the Quorum Toiletterian. Well, this one I should have bought it earlier to see how is the smell, and also how deep and dense and strong it is, and also how long it lasts. If you had the original, if you have it, if you tried it, if you wore it, if you have a better formulation of it, maybe many years ago, you bought many years ago, maybe 10 years ago, so 10 years ago, let us know your experience. How does perform on you. How is the smell? Is it complex? Is it deep? Is it dense? Because this one is very, very watered down. Although it says aqua on it, we don't want it to be watered down that much that it is weak and is feeble and it doesn't perform and it doesn't jump off your skin. So for that, if you don't mind the weakness of it in terms of the smell, if you buy it today under £20, it's very, very reasonable. It's very, very affordable, and it's everywhere. It's easy to find. I wish they didn't ruin it. I didn't reformulate it, but what can you do? The ruined fragrance for us. I absolutely adore the smell of it. Very, very fresh, very happy, very green, very aromatic. So the gist of it, what I get is so big aromatic, especially the lavender. Fresh is very, very fresh. It's very happy. It's very bright. It's quite spicy. The spices in here is mainly from the herbs, but I can smell something like a hint of cinnamon in here, maybe even a nutmeg. So a little bit of spiciness, but not too much. Big on the citrus, definitely, especially the opening is huge on the citrus. A little bit green and mossy in the base, a little bit of floral feel to it, definitely herbal, hint of earthiness. Amber in here is very weak amber. It's bright and fluffy amber, but it's not, it doesn't grab you, but there is a hint of ambery to it. And also leather is very, very soft in here. You don't feel it that much, just a hint of leather in the base to give it that almost Swedish like the feel rather than leather. So overall, smell wise, I absolutely adore it. Performance weak to moderate, so that's a little bit disappointing, but for the price, if you find it under £20, I think still some people will enjoy this, especially if you are a mature person and you want something to wear in a confined places, small places, work, gym, something that it doesn't shout too much. Yes, that's the application for it. Well, for everything else, I don't think this will work that well. Okay guys, so that was the update for this beautiful fragrance, which is unfortunately been ruined. If you have it, if you tried it, let us know your experience, especially if you have the older formulation. Let us know what you think. And if you want to support me by buying one of my own perfumes, you can do that and get something very, very beautiful in return. And those are ultra beast mode. Just try Persian lavender and it will absolutely floor you. When you put just one or two on your chest, not only you smell it all day, you smell it a few days later, and you cannot wash it. It just stick on you forever. It's like a nuclear, radioactive or chemical warfare. Okay, so that is what I make. Okay, I make strong fragrances, bold, strong, artistic, unique, very, very mysterious, very strong in character and strong in terms of performance. And they are 100% natural, no additives, no preservatives, no alcohol. And for the price you're paying, you're getting the best ingredients in the world, if not the best. Okay, I'll leave them in the link, but you need to live in United Kingdom in order to purchase them. If you want to invite me to a coffee, you could do that as well. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you later. Bye.